Hi everyone, this is Vishal Tiwari and my mail ID is vishualsoft@gmail.com. Today we are going to look into another great issue, that is overview of banded table view. And before that I would like to let you know that we have already taken two sessions, one on the Delphi connectivity with the Firebird database. You could find the link below that. And one more important topic we have already covered in our last seminar, that is a overview of quantum grid, that is nothing but cxGrid. In that we had seen that what are the important features of the quantum grid, and moreover we have seen the important features of the column level. Whatever the columns we are creating in the view, those features we have already seen there. In today's feature, that is in overview of banded table view, we are mainly focusing on the band and its respective important features and properties. With this, there would be obviously columns would come into picture, but as I told you, we have already covered column related properties and importance issues in overview of quantum grid, that is in cxGrid. So we are not going to engage ourselves on that topic in this seminar. So before going to start, I would let you know one more thing, that today we are going to see two types of banded table view. One is a banded table view, that is a non-data aware control component, and DB banded table view, that is a data aware control component. But today what we are going to see is that whatever the steps we are going to do for the DB banded table view, at the same time we are going to do the same step parallelly with the banded table view also. So there will be a clear-cut idea how we are performing for the banded table view, and at the same time for the DB banded table view also. So let's start. First we need to get the banded table view grid here. Just need to come to on Dev Express component palette, select our grid and just click on the form. As you could see here, it is a DB banded table view. It's a by default view. So right click on that view and say delete view. As you could see, this is the only physical grid. It's the only physical grid. Before that, click on the form and we would set one property, single. So our form design would not change here. I'm just taking like this. Expand here also. Okay. And okay, so this is level 1. Right click on that, create view. Here as you could see, DB banded table view. Just click on that. As you could see here, this is a DB banded table view. Okay, now let's take another grid. Click here. So once as I told you, one would be a DB banded table view, another one will be the simple banded table view. Right click on the view, delete view. But here we are not going to select banded table view, as we could do also, but another great feature what we are going to see is that how to create view dynamically, means at runtime. That is when our application is running, that time how to create this type of view, that we are going to do in case of banded table view. So before start, let's have a today's structure. What structure we would like to follow here? As you could see here, this is the employee transaction details main section. Then under that section you could see employee details section, then official details sections and salary details section. Under employee details section, as you could see, employee code and employee name. And under official details section, as you could see, branch name, not code, it's a branch name, division name, department name and designation name. And in salary section, as you could see, basic, DA, HRA and gross income amount for respective employees. So this structure we would like to display in our grid. Both the grids, this type of structure has to come. As one way you could say that it's a pyramid structure. It's a top one, then it comes subsection. This is the main section, subsection, and respective columns in their respective sections. So how to get this structure? So just visit to our database. This is a flame robin. Click on that and just run once again. Double click here. As you know, we already have our some tables ready. So transaction master tables we would like to visit here. As you could see here, this is the employee code, branch code, division code, department code and designation code. But as we have seen, we are not going to utilize this code. Instead of that, we are going to take their respective names, and these four columns would be as it is, that is basic, DA, HRA and gross income. So just have a look here. We have different tables. For the branch name, we have branch table here, and all other tables are also there. So let's create our required SQL. Double click and take it down. Select EMP code, comma, EMP name. EMP name we are going to take it from employee master table. As you could see here, we have employee master, so EMP name is here. But one more thing, here we are displaying employee space code and employee space name. So the same name we would like to bring it in our SQL. So as since there is a space in between that heading, so we need to include double quote employee code, and same we need to do for employee name also, as employee name. Yes, then it comes, once again check it out, branch, division, department and designation. So for the branch, as we could see, BRN name, we could take it from branch table. So just make sure that BRN name as branch. Since there is no space, we need not to have a double quote here. We could take also, but not required. Then we need to have division, as you could see here, division table. So div name from the division as a division. Then we need to have department, as you could see here, department. Column name is DEPT name. So DEPT name as department. And then comes designation. Right click and select on the table, select star from the table command, DSG name, as you could see here, DSG name as a designation. And as finally we know that all four columns should be from transaction master table, basic, DA, HRA and gross income. Basic, DA, HRA and gross income. Yeah, and now we need to select from respective tables. From first one would be employee master, so alias would be EM, comma, then it comes branch, alias should be BRN, then division table name, alias should be DIV, then it comes department table, alias should be DEPT, and then come designation nation table, alias should be DSG, and we need to join on our transaction master table. So just say join on transaction master, trans master, and alias should be TM. Now we need to write here on. So let's take TM dot EMP code is equal to employee master dot EMP code, then and after that branch code we have to take transaction master dot BRN code is equal to BRN dot BRN code, then division we have to take transaction master dot DIV code is equal to DIV dot div code, that is from division table we are taking, and transaction master dot department code, so that is dept code, is equal to dept dot dept code, as you could see here. And better to have this downside. Yeah, division code. Yeah, and now finally designation you have to take, and transaction master dot dsg code is equal to dsg dot dsg code. Yes, as you could see here. Now if you look at here, we have table structure of 100 rows, and those are for different year months, 2013-02, 2013-03. So what we would do, we would consider only for 1 month. So let's add our condition where year month is there in only transaction master table, so no need to prefix alias name. Year month is equal to 2013-02, and we'll just delete this and we'll execute. Oh, I think we made a mistake here. div we need to write here. Ambiguous, as you could see here, ambiguous field name between employee master and trans master table, so we need to write it down here as a transaction master dot emp code, and let's execute. Yeah, as you could see here, we have 20 rows here, and these 20 rows we are going to display. Structure we would confirm with our Excel sheet. Employee code, employee name, first two columns. Employee code, employee name, first two columns. Then branch, division, department and designation with their respective name. So branch, division, department and designation with their respective name. Yeah, and then basic, DA, HRA, gross income. So here you could see 2000, 3000. Basic, DA, HRA, gross income 2000, 3000. Yeah, so what we would do for a banded table view, we need, since it is a data aware control component, we need to have data source. So go to data access component palette, select the data source, as you could see, and click here, keep it here. Now since we need to have query component to fetch the data from the database, and since we are using Firebird database, so we need to have IBO query component. So IBO T dataset component palette, here as you could see, it's a IBO query. Click and then click here on the form, so you could see. And to make a connection or to establish a database connection, we need to visit IBO core component palette and IB connection component. Click and take it here. Now we will close this. Oh, sorry. And disconnect. Right click, connect as. So we would get our database path. So we would just copy, cancel. Click on this component. Press F11 key. We need to set certain important properties here. Click on the database name, enter, come back and select on username. Provide sysdba is a username. Password should be master key, masterkey. Yes, and password storage should be ps not secure. Yeah, and just say connected is equal to true. Yes, so connection established is over. Now we need to have our SQL ready, so double click on our database tables. You can right click on any of the table and say select start from. As you could see here, if you, this is a go to previous statement. As you could see, our statement is already available here, and we would execute once again and see yes, our data is as it is. Sorry, copy this entire SQL and come back to our query component, press F11 key, click on the query component, press F11 key, and then come to SQL properties, click and paste here, Control V, say OK. Now we need to connect with our IB connection component, so just select that and just say here active is equal to true. Yeah, so data has come till our query component here, as you could see. I'll just move to this place little bit. Yeah, now what we need to do here is that since the data is required for this grid also, so what we will be doing here, click this and just click here to display the data. These are respective component of this grid, so keep it at one place like this. Yeah, now here, okay, so as we have decided, we will be doing parallel activities here also. So what we will be doing, click on this. So to display the data for this grid, just say display data, enter, and just resize this button here. What we would be doing here, take this, just left click and take it down like this. Take this button down here also, and we could just increase the size of this. Yeah, now as you could see here, we need to write our code here. Double click. First we need to have our separate query component, that also we will create dynamically. So as you could see here, our query component name is a IBO query 1, and the type, as you could see here, TIBO query. So just copy that, and we would be declaring here itself var our query component. We would be taking as another one, IBO query component 1 it is, so we would be making as 2 of type this. Now we need to get the data from the database and fetch the data into the query component. First create the query component here, so just say create, in bracket the parent would be form, so write down self here. This would create our query component, and with this we would be writing our important comments also. So by the time we grow with our code, we would be not having any confusion with our code. It should be readable and understandable also. Fetching the data from the database. So this is very important thing we need to do. Just put the comment. Now the query component has been created here, so most of the times the properties would be of query component, and so IBO query 2 would repeat. So to avoid repetition, we need to use with query component name and do begin end here. Then query dot SQL, we need property we need to clear first. So SQL, so this shows that IBO query component dot SQL dot clear, as you could see here. And even if you write like this also, IBO query component dot SQL dot clear. Yes, so every time this word query name is coming, so to avoid this repetition, we have made this with block, and we are writing respective query properties like that. So we need to add SQL once again, SQL dot add, and as you see here, the string parameter is required. Since our SQL is too big, so what we would be doing, we would be assigning that SQL to one variable. So yes, SQL string. So we have prefixed with small letter s because it is a string type variable, so anybody could understand the variable data type. And as you could see here, what we would be doing, we would be initializing this variable. Here equal to is missing, equal to we have to write, and just say empty str. This is the value provided by Delphi itself, so it would empty the SQL variable. And what we need to do here is that copy this. Either you could write your SQL here itself or outside also. Better to write outside. So you could copy your entire SQL as it is and just paste it down in your code like this. So just say single quote, and as our code should be readable, so we, as you could see here, we have not given semicolon because this we would like to continue our statement. The moment you give semicolon there, it seems that your statement has been ended there like this. And plus, so plus sign is used to concatenate your previous previous line. As you could see here, write it down in such a way that you should be able to read your SQL. Here you could take that also, but better way. So to understanding purpose, we will be writing like this, and on also you could take it here. This is we are writing only just for readable purpose, nothing else. So the moment you look at your SQL, you should directly or easily understand what is happening with your SQL, or what data you are going to achieve there. That is the reason. Year month. Now you could see here the single quote is coming, and this is not considered as a string. So once again put single quote, and since we have started this line, so we have to end with that also, and press semicolon. So this shows that this is the entire statement because semicolon is coming at the end, and we are concatenating with the plus sign. So the SQL has come in with our variable, add it here. This will add fulfill our SQL property. And before that, what we need to do is that query that active is equal to false we have to make. As you could see, the type required is boolean, so we will make it false. And then IB connection component we have to assign here. So IB connection component we can use commonly. There would not be any issues with that since we have kept at design time. So it is best idea that we have only one connection component, and name we are assigning. This is a property, and this is the connection name we are assigning here, component name. Sorry. And then we need to say that prepared. This would take care of that, and the data type required here is boolean. So it will prepare our SQL execution plan. Prepare is equal to true, and then active is equal to true at the end. Either you could write active is equal to true, or you could directly write open also. Either way is fine. OPEN, and just say like this. But we will be going with active is equal to true. Now in this case we got our data in our query component. As you could see in just press F12 key. Now the data has come in this query component also, and our dynamic created query component also. Since this is a banded table view, DB banded table view, we need to have data source, select data set property in that, and finally just assign the data source property to view. So click on view, it's a DB banded table view, press F11 key, go to data controller, assign data source. Yeah, as you could see here. But now our main intention is we need to have main section. We have to create main section. Under that 3 subsection we have to create. So first we would achieve this. So we need to click on customize. As you could see here, there is a separate tab for band, then columns, and then summary here. So for the band default, as you could see here, the default band is there, and another 3 sub bands we need to have. So 1, 2, 3. Click on the add button here. So 3 sub bands we have created. As you could see here, 3 bands. So this should be our main band. You could consider any of the band main, but by default we will consider this band as a main band. Click here once again, and these 3 band we need to bring under this main band. So how to do that? So click on select first band, press F11 key, and as you could see here, position property, so the band index, as if you say 0, it would come under 0th band, as you could see here. And the same we need to do with the second and third band also. Select all the bands, come to the object inspector and say band index property as a 0. Yeah, as you could see here, 3 sections we have done. The same thing we would be doing here in our display data. So before that we need to create our view. So first copy here, and we need to write important comments also. Creating view, banded table view. Yeah, it's a banded table view. So to create a view we need to have one variable of type first we would give name to our grid view. So grd banded table view. Yeah, and it should be of type tcx custom grid view. Yeah, this should be that. And since this grid view we are going to create in a grid, so just copy this name and assign to our grid. Press F12, click here, and then press F11 and just give a name here. Yeah, as you could see here, this is the name. And as you could see here, the views are created under the levels. As you could see here, when you need to have multiple levels, just say add level. You could add level also. As you could see here, master detail relationship you can create. So right now we don't want, so delete. So the views are created under the level and level are under the grid. So what we need to do is that first this grid view we have given there, so the create our view first, grd banded table view is equal to, we are going to create view in the grid first. So the grid name dot create view, as you could see here, and the type what we need to give here is that of what type. So just say tcx grid, it's a tcx grid banded table view. Just try to compile. Yeah, it's compiled now. What we need to do, our view is created. Now we need to assign to the level, else it would not be displayed. So press F12, select the grid name, press F11 and take the grid level, come back out to our place. So we need to assign this view to the level. So level name dot, as you could see here, grid view. And this, since this view has been created, so we are just assigning this view to this grid here. Yeah, now it has been done properly. Okay, now press F12 key. Now we need to give captions to our band, but band has not been created. As you could see here, we need to create a band. So just create a band for that also. Now since this section is over, view section, now we need to create a bands. So the bands we are going to create in the view only. As you could see here, press F12 key, bands are in the view. So with view only we have to create. So we need to write first appropriate comments, creating bands. Okay, now we are going to create bands in the view only. So the view name would repeat all the time, so we would use our width section, this grd banded table view do, and then begin end, we need to write it down here. We need to create a band. So what we will be doing, that bands no, it's not coming right now. Yeah, one thing we missed out here is that here what we need to write it down here is that this grid view has come, but we have to show that what type of this view is as, and then we need to start. Just press control key and press space bar. Yeah, so bands dot add. So we have added our one first band here. So how many bands we required? Total 4 band. So first band we have created, and just give the name here also. As we know that column index and row index starts with 0, same like that band index also starts with 0. So we would be writing bands like this. So bands of 0, as you could see here, dot caption we have to give here. So caption we would be copying as it is. And we need to paste. Okay, so the caption has come automatically. Yeah. Now we need to create other bands also here. So just say one more thing. We could say as it is, bands dot add. How many bands you would like to add? 3 sub bands. So we could just copy this line. 3 bands will need to add it here. Yeah, and just say control F9, compiled. We'll run our code first. So here, as you could see, just click on display. Yeah, only the transaction name is coming here, employee transaction, since these 3 bands should come under this main band. So close that one first, and after adding each band, what we need to do is that, so this is the band number 1 here, as you could see, dot band index property we have to assign here. Oops, just click here, press F11. What is the property name? It's a band index. It's a position dot band index, as you could see here. So the band dot, this is a band dot position dot band index. So what we need to write it down here is position dot band index. Yeah, so what we would be doing, we would not be writing as it is 0, because as you could see, we have seen our last session, you could move the column. So same like that you could move the bands also, as you could see here. So somebody, if tomorrow moving this band somewhere else like this, so the index would not be 0 that time. So what we would be doing, wherever the band is there, we would like to keep index as it is. So just say that bands of 0, so wherever the band will go, and what is the current index of that band. So this would give correct information. So same thing we need to do for that also, as you could see here. So this is band number 2, this is band number 3, and just press F9 key. Yeah, as you could see here, this heading has come here. It is not there, but structure has ready now. So just fill required caption here also and here also. So the bands of 0 dot caption, we will be copying as it is, paste here and paste here also. Just make sure that you are writing proper index here, and caption we would be copying as it is. Say employee details, just put it here and put it as it is. When you are copying one thing, select respective band here and just say caption employee details here also, double click. Then we need to have official details. So official details for this, press F12 key, go to customize, go to respective band and just say caption, enter, close this. You can close this also, and finally salary details. Yeah, press F12 key, go to customize, select last band, press F11 key, enter here. Yeah, now press F9 key. What's problem? We made a mistake. Press F9 key, Oh, for the first band we have not given any name caption here, so we need to copy that. Okay, close F12 key, click, select first band and press F11 key, give the respective name here, close. Now press F9 key once again. Yeah, as you could see here, and just say display. Yeah, so our first task is over. This is the benefit, means when you are doing one task and how you could perform the same task for two different grids, so side by side you can make it note. Or if we do first entire thing for this one band, then again you need to remember and collect your information, and again go back and check it out whether what was the way we did and implemented. So if we do side by side, it would give clear cut idea how to perform the same task for the two different grids, that is a DB banded table view and uh, simple banded table view. Okay, now we need to add the respective columns to this grid. So press F12 key. First we will be doing for our DB banded table view. So click on customize. We need to create column. Go to column section here, tab, and how many columns we need here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 10 columns we need to have. So create 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so just select, go to first column and just assign their respective fields. Employee code will be the first, as it is, as you could see here, space has come. Then employee name, oops sorry, then after that branch has to come, then division has to come, then department has to come, then designation has to come, then basic, DA, HRA, and finally gross income. Close this and you could see here, as you could see, this is the band number 1, so all the columns are created under the band number 1 only. As you could see, these bands are like that only. So how do we do that? Just go to every band, and as we have done for the bands, that respective band index we assigned, the same thing, select the respective column, press F11 key, and as you could see here, position, so band index you need to assign. So 0th column and first column should be under band number 1 only here. If you go for the third column, that is also here, that is a branch, just assign official details. Now just click here and you could see here in the official details, as you could see official details, this is a band separator, branch has come. So once again click on customize and take remaining select remaining 3 columns by holding shift key and down arrow key, press F11 key, come back to position and just say official, yes, check it out. Time being, just take it down this. Just take the name like this. Why the space is coming like this? Because the width for, or the length for the respective department name is given huge in the database. That is why it is occupying entire space for that also. As you could see, department, division, and the branch. As you could see, branch, division, department, and designation has come under the official. Now this gross income and those are still this side. So same way we have to take all the last 4 columns and press F11 key, position, and just assign salary details. Close it. As you could see here, basic DA, yeah, it has come here properly. But as you could see, their header are in the left hand side, so we would do later. First we will implement the same thing in our banded table view. Close this. Now since we have data ready, we need to insert our data in our grid. sorry, that is in column. So we need to create a column, and those column index also we have to assign here. Before that, as we know here, these columns are at position. This is at 0th position, as you could see here. Customize, click here. This is having column index as a 0, this is 1, and this is 2 here. So same thing we would be applying for the bands also once again. So the bands dot position dot column index. So this is a column index is would be like a 0 here. Copy, enter thing. This would be keeping it as column index should be 1. So and this has to be 2 here, because this would just make sure that position, as you press F12 key, and you could see here this is, we'll just reduce the size once again, take employee code here, just rearrange our column name once again, sorry, column size, so it would give proper idea. Okay, like this, employee code like this. Yeah, now since this is what I was telling, say F12 key, if you press it here, the bands respective band dot position dot column index. So column index we have given for employee details as 0, official details as 1, and salary details as 2. Press F12 key again. So this is nothing but column index band. This sub band is under this main band, so this is just like a column to that band. So column index of this band will be 0, 1, and this is 2. So same thing we have done here also. Yeah, so one more thing, press F12 key. What we need to do here is that this one more property we would see here, select the employee detail band, press F12 F11 key, sorry, and as you could see here, fixed kind. So fixed kind, if you say here, just I am taking to this side, just observe this place here right now, and if I move this, entire grid is moving. Okay, and this is under this band only. So what we would be doing here, click, select employee details band, press F11 key, and fixed kind will be making as a left, as you could see here, this area. Yeah, now this band is not under this main band also. So as you could see here, this is what is the main important feature of banded table view, as you could see. Yeah, now this is left side, you could take it to right hand side also as well. As you could click on that, press F11 key, just take it to right hand side, as you could see here. So you could see respective employee details without any disturbance. Once again, what we will be doing, so press F11 key, take it to left hand side. Yeah, now if we do not want to have like this, again what we need to do is that make it none, as you could see here, and the column index again we need to rearrange. Click here, column index is 1 right now, so we would be making 0 for employee details. For official detail, column index should be 1. Okay, and for this it should be 2. Yeah, but band index we have not applied there, sorry. So just select that and just apply band index. Yeah, so that has gone now. As you could see here, it has come to last section. Click here, column index is 2, make it as 0, official detail is 1 automatically, and salary is 3. Check it out once again. Yeah, as it is. But what we would be doing, this I shown, if you do not want and how to rearrange your data, just click once again, and we would be keeping as a FK left, let it be as it is. Now same thing we would be applying dynamically also. How we have done, we selected the band, then F11 key. So the fixed kind property we have to take, copy this, and we are going to apply for the employee details band here also. As you could see, this is our value. So the bands of 1, control space bar you have to hit, then fixed kind you have to make it here. Fixed kind is equal to fk left. Yeah, just control F9 you do, compiled, your code is running properly. Yes. Now since the we have filled up data here, so same way we would be filtering data here also. But before that, what we would be doing, select all the columns, because their heading is going to the left hand side. We would be making centralize, press F11 key, and you could see this property, header alignment horizontal, just make it as a TA center. Yeah, now it would be coming there. So first we need to create and fill the data. I think we need to do everything within the width band only here, as you could see. So creating bands, we need to add here this control X, and we need to put it here. So we would be getting idea, okay, what exactly we are doing here. Sorry. Yeah, here only we have to create a column here and filled up also. So we need to have two more variables. Say for example, I column count to create a column, and then I row count. Why I'm prefixing with I? Because it would give clear cut idea that it will be the integer type variable. Anybody could understand that. Copy these two variables, come back. So first what we would be doing, we would be creating our columns, how many columns we require, and assign that their header property also there, and at the same time we would be assigning their respective bands also. As you could see here, these bands we would be assigning there. So heading we need to write, creating columns and assigning respective bands and properties. Yeah, so this will give clear cut idea. Right now it's not required here, so we need to have around one loop. In the loop we are going to do this. We don't know how many columns we are going to create here. So first create the column index starts with 0 0 2, and as we know how many columns we need to have using query component. So just say query component dot field count, as you could see -1, because we have started with 0, begin, end. Yeah, now since already we are in the grid view section here, so no need to write a view name once again. Just say create column. The moment you are creating column, the single column would be created. Now we would be making sure that if this is the column number 0 or first two columns, then assign band then and there, and if it is starting with 2, say for example 0 1 2 2 5 2 3 4 5, then those, so column number whose index is 2 and whose index is 5, those all columns should come under official details. And after that we don't know how many columns would be there. Tomorrow another component should come, ta, so that will fit here. So what we would be doing, once the column is created, we would be checking if the column count okay is greater than or equal to 0 and column count is less than or equal to 1, then what we need to do, begin, end. Yeah, so that column, as you could see here, select the any particular column, select this, press F11 key. How we could do, position and then band index, as you could see here. So the column name dot position dot band index, come to our code. So the column, so the current column, so how we get the current column, press the control space bar key, and as you could see here, columns, so you need to provide here current column index dot position dot band index, sorry, band index. So band index, how we will be providing, we would not be hard coding here. We know that we need to have band 1, so band 1 could be moved anywhere, so wherever the band is moved, so that latest index you would be getting here. So just write index here. Yeah, so this property is assigned here, and whatever the respective column would be there, so that heading, header we need to assign to that column also. As you could see here, current column dot caption we will be assigning here. Caption, how to get, query dot fields, I am pressing escape key. What is the current column in the query component, we can get it from here, and then dot display name, so it would assign the caption to that, and we need to display this caption centralized way. So select this thing, make here clear, and just say header alignment horizontal. So here we need to assign the value F12, come here, select any column, press F11 key, and as we had seen here, header alignment, what is the value, TA center. So we need not to remember the value. If we don't know, we need to come back to GUI level and get it as it is. Just press, yeah, it has been filled up now, and columns are getting assigned to their respective bands. So first part is over here. Now another, for the first employee, this is for employee details. So adding columns to employee details band. So this give clear cut idea what we are going. We need to worry about that. Employee details, after that official detail, yeah, and then it would come salary detail. Copy as it is first, and be careful while copying and pasting your thing. You should not make any mistake there. Now it should start with column number 2, 0, 1. From 2 to 5 we have to go, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so here we need to write, if column is greater than equal to 2 and less than equal to 5, then assign to band 2, band index 2. Yeah, so those column would be automatically going there. Oops, sorry, this is salary detail. We need to write here. This happens when you make copy paste. Okay, and from 5 onwards, what we will be doing, we will be assigning to a band number 3, but we don't we don't know here band index we are assigning here. We don't know how many columns would be the rest of the times, so delete this. Add else part here, else if you could say, and at the end you could just say else, begin, end part. Yeah, salary details. compile once again. Yes, it's coming now. Now we need to fill the data. Now this column creation is over, and if anything is missing we will come back to this place again, and we'll make the changes there. So we need to fill the data. So filling data into the grid. Into the banded table grid. Yeah, you could remove this also, not an issue. Okay, now we need to have two things. Oh, I think spelling mistake we have made here, so we need to correct it. COLUMN. Press F3 key. Wherever it is there, we have to change it. It's a spelling mistake from our side, so our code should be readable properly. Yeah, I was pressing F3 key for that. Now we need to have two variables, one to fill the row and one to fill the columns. So get these two variable. Yeah, the first one would be the row, as I could see here, for 0 to would be getting from query component only. Now since this is for row, so we need to write it down. Record count, all you have to remove -1. So whenever we are starting filling data into the any for loop, so just make sure that that query component dot first we are making, so record pointer in the query component would pointing to the first record. Sometimes it point to some in middle of any record. So you would, even though your SQL is giving right to records, right number of records, but since it is not pointing to first record by default, sometimes it happens rarely, then sometimes you may see that okay, data is not getting filled up, so confusion starts. So just write it down. Next, we'll be writing here. Now there are two ways to create a row. One way is that, as you could see here, data controller dot append record, you could do it here. This is one way, and for every time whenever the loop is going to execute, then you could create one record at a time and then fill the data. Or another way is that you could write down data controller dot record count is equal to, you could directly assign this. So what would happen, you don't need to execute this statement again and again. You don't need to execute. What will happen, all the record would be created automatically here. Okay, so what we would be doing, let this append here as it is, and before that we'll just make sure that record count is equal to how many record counts we need to have. So it's best practice. We every time we are saving here to execute one lines. If there are thousands or lakhs of records, so 1000 time or 1 lakh time this statement execution we can stop. So we could control there. So this column count we need to have now. Now we are going to create a columns. Let it this statement for your information purpose only. So tomorrow you could remember for. Now since the already rows are created, so we have to just fill the value in the respective columns. So column count is equal to 0 to query component dot fields field count -1. Yeah, now you just need to fill the values. As we know, the filling the data for the respective cell is that grid view, and then data controller you could say, then you could say values for that, sorry, values like this. But what is happening now, this data controller would repeat all the time here, so we would take this also outside. We'll be making as with data controller do, and then you could say values here, begin and end. But since it would be increasing our number of statements, so best way to have, I just shown you that how you could do that also. Values, press control spacebar. As you could see, it should be record record index and then item index. Item index is nothing but column index. So record index you could get it from here. In Delphi's default string grid, you could see column index first and then row index. Here it is a reverse of that. As you could see here, if control spacebar, at the end you could say it is a variant, so it needs a data type of variant. Variant means it would accept any type of data. Get it from query component dot fields, pressing escape key. What is the current column index that is coming here? And then at the end you have to write values, sorry, and as at the end, sorry, value you have to write. As you could see, it's a variant, so it would assign automatically there. And just now compile. Yeah, now the compilation is over. Just try to execute. Sorry, we need to reassign. Now press F9 key, click here. As you could see, it took so much of time. Once again we are closing and pressing F9 key. Even though there are only 20 records, see, it's taking some time. As you could see, now it is coming here. And then also some, I think, mistake is happening. Official detail, nothing is coming, those are coming here. Okay, so that also we need to correct it out. So just go back. I think we have given here one only. It's a simple mistake. It is a disadvantages of copying and pasting. Now it would come there. Okay, and since I told you that it is taking some more time, so to avoid that issue, just copy entire thing as it is, hold Ctrl Shift key and press I. If you want to come back, press U, say I, and at the end just make it as a finally block, finally end. Okay, so here what we need to do is that data controller view dot data controller dot begin full update. Yeah, and then in the at the end you can say end full update, same thing, data controller dot end full update. You might be thinking for that why we need to have finally block, try finally block, because what happens if you start with begin full update and if any error encountered in between this code and you are not closing with end full update, so your grid will give a strange behavior. So you would not be able to either type, or even if you are able to type something, you would not be able to see the records properly. So when you are saying begin full update, it has to be executed after that end full update at the end. Now check it out, our data filling execution. Yeah, once again we'll check it out. Yeah, it's not taking that much time, and as you could see here, the data, official details, branch, division, this one more thing you could see here, this column heading is not coming properly, the data is not displaying here properly. For that, what we could do here is, as you at the end, that data controller dot no, sorry, not data controller, grid view dot apply base fit. So it would automatically apply, arrange the column width properly, But with that this statement there is one disadvantage. If you have thousands of record or lakhs of records, so it would decrease your performance, display performance, because it would be taking, as you could see here, the larger size of larger string length, and according to that only it is making proper width. So in that case it would take your time. As you could see here, press F9. Yeah, as you see, it's something fraction of second, some extra time it took, but it made your column display properly. You no need to go again and check it out. Yeah, but as you could see here, this is coming to a right hand side. We will see how to do that also. As you could see, this is a left hand side, and this is it's coming right hand side. So for this, what we need to do is that we need to have repository item column component, sorry. Come back here, and this is the express utilities comes with quantum grid. Edit repository, click and paste it anywhere. You can paste it at anywhere in the form itself. Double click on that form, say add. As you could see here, there are different types of components you can create it here. You can say checkbox, check combo box, currency edit. That is nothing but if you want to assign checkbox here in this column, so that if you create a column like this, and that would come here, and if you assign this type of column type to this column, then if you say checkbox, so only checkbox would come here. Right now we want to display our currency related data to right hand side, so we would be creating currency edit. We would be having separate session on this in the later seminars, specifically on edit repository item. Click here, press F11 key, give respective name. Since it is a edit repository, just give edt currency, enter. And two main properties we need to set here. Decimal places is 2 here already, so it will display with a dollar. What we would be doing here, 0.00 semicolon minus 0.00. yeah, this is one. And then alignment, we have to make it as a right hand side. So here we need to make it as right hand side. Yeah, so these two properties are enough right now. And this edit currency we have to assign to respective columns, as you could see, to our last columns only here, as you could see. Yeah, so the columns respective column dot repository item we have to assign there. As you could see, repository item, and that name you have to add here, edt currency. Yeah, so it would make sure that run now. As you could see, it is coming to the right hand side. Yeah, so it would assign that edt currency type to these columns only these columns we have assigned here. As you could see here, we have added in the else part, that is in adding columns to salary details band. Yeah, yeah, check it out once again. Click here. Yeah, now what we would be doing, we would be adding one footer summary here, as we have done in our previous seminar, one for employee code and remaining for these 4 columns. So we would see how we could do here. First we would see with the db banded table view. For that we need to first resize this, take to this place, click here and go to column number 1 and press F11 key. As you could see here in the summary section, footer kind is there, so just make it as a count, and see, still it is not displaying here. So what you need to do here is that select the view, press F11 key, and in options view, as you could see, footer is false. Now make it true. See, but it is coming to a left hand side. What we would be doing, that footer we need to make it as a right hand side. Close, go to respective column here, press F11 key, and footer alignment is it is left. If you make it right, as you could see, it has come to right hand side. And the same thing we have to do for last 4 columns. Press F11 key. Summary you could say here, and you could say sum also. So sum would come there, and footer alignment, it's already right hand side. Close this, and if you come here, as you could see here, it is dollar is coming. But what we would be doing, select those or 4 columns. This, press F11 key, and display format says 0.00 semicolon minus 0.00. Run once again now. Yeah, now it is displaying here properly. Now the same thing we need to do here also dynamically. It's quite simple. Now when you are creating footer summary, you have 2 ways to do that. So here one way, say for example, wherever you are creating column, then only if you do that would be better. The best way is, first way we will do here. So the columns, whatever the respective column is there, so only we have to do how many counts are there for employee code only. As you could see here, press F12 key, we have done for only employee code. So same thing we'll be doing here also. If the column count is equal to 0, don't give double equal to, then what you need to do here is begin end. So the columns dot summary dot, you have to create that first. So as you could see here, a item, that is nothing but you need to have tcx custom grid table item. So column you have to provide here. So column is nothing but your current column. Yeah, so your footer summary item has been created. So you need to do one thing here is that I'm not writing with, because you should know, you should not be confused with the code. That is the reason. If you say footer kind, oh sorry, what is the property for that column, sorry, and just press F11 key. It's a summary dot footer kind, sorry, control space. If we don't know what is the property, go to GUI level and you could find out how it has been done. Footer kind, yeah, as you could see here, it should be sk count, but compile, it would give error because it's saying sk count, it's not recognizing. So you need to add one thing here, it's cx custom data, and just compile now. Yeah, it's working fine. Sorry. Now when we have created that column here, and we need to say here footer alignment horizontal, so we have to make it as a TA center. Now check it out, it is not displaying because that footer property of the view, as we have seen here, was false there. As you could see here, footer is equal to true right now. So what we need to do, view dot options view dot footer we have to enable. So what we will be doing when we are creating a footer view here itself, so we could say here we can assign respective properties at the end. At the end we will be doing here okay. Now just say applying respective respective proper properties of view banded table view. Yeah, so what you could do here is that you could say options view, since we are writing code in view only, options view dot footer. As you could see here, the property should be either true or false. It's a boolean. It should be true. Now check it out. Yeah, it's coming center. Sorry, so we have to, why, because we made there that column display as a TA center, just make it TA right. F9. We need to check it out, what is the property there. Footer alignment horizontal, so right justify, you have to say here, copy this part and say yes, press F9 key. Yeah, as you could see here, it's coming this way, 20 counts are there. Now the same thing we need to apply for all the remaining columns. Here you could do one thing, as we have seen, directly we can create here with the column. What we would do here is that at the end we can do two ways. First way, let it be as it is, whatever we have done here, sk count and write justify. This way we will be keeping, because this is the easiest way to perform. Another way I would be letting you know is that, but first we'll keep it as it is, using data controller. Say for example, data controller dot summary dot footer summary items. I think if you just look at the code here, this is a footer summary item. As we know, this is an item, but this is also item in the footer summary part. So this footer summary item we have to create, and we have to link with the respective column here like this, because tomorrow we are creating column here, this footer summary item here, and we don't know grid how it will be understanding that this footer summary item is linked with which column. Directly it would not be taking here, because if you say here, tomorrow somebody wants view like that, the gross income total should come in the beginning here itself, so we have to link like this. So there are two work. One, you have to create an item and then link with the respective column. Once it is linked with that, you can tell the footer summary item which operation should be performed, that is a count or anything else. So footer summary items we have to select, footer summary items dot, you could say add, so it would be adding there, and just say data controller once again dot summary dot, now here once again you have to go for footer summary item. Yeah, in that which items you would like to items, as you would see, the index you have to provide. So current column number is nothing but this, which item, sorry, I think this is the item number. Once again, so here first footer summary item we have created there, and then we are going to create here. So best we would be having one variable I footer summary item count, let it be, and we would be initializing with 0 here right now, and declare this variable once again as an integer. Yeah, so here we have already created footer summary item here. So whenever you are creating footer summary item, you just increment that variable by either way. If you say inc, it would increment by default with 1. Copy here, Okay, so as we were looking here, yeah, so which item, so item you are creating, say for example press F12 key. Now this is item number 1, this is item number 2, so this item number 2 should be linked with which column here, you need to know that also. So just close that, and if I say footer summary is nothing but it will be giving me clear, oh sorry, take this out. So one 0 was there, so we incremented after 0, as you could see here. When we are creating column number here 0, it incremented and now current became 1. And this is another item we have created. So first footer summary we have created, so it index was 0, now it has been created, so it would be automatically become 1 since we have incremented here already. And this we have to link, say dot uh, item link, yeah, item link with which column you have to link. If you say this column, it should link with that. And what type of operation this column you would like to perform here is um, so items dot kind. So here which which kind you would like to perform is nothing but sk sum, you would like to perform your sum. And yeah, as we could see here, and when we are done with the work, what we need to do, we need to increment the size. Just run once again. As you could see here, the values are displaying. Yeah, I think we need to expand our these things first. Just mini runs once again. As you could see here, oh, I think some, it's very big value is giving here. And if you check it out here, sorry, we'll just make it proper display. Yeah, it's too huge, the values. I think display is not coming correct here. So we would see in our next session why these values are not coming here. But I think there is some display format we have to make it, because as you could see here 2 point something is coming here and 86 will but before going to that, we would see one thing. At least this our display has come properly, only value why it is not matching, we would see either in this session itself if the time permits, or in our next upcoming session we will see that. Before that, remaining property we will see. If you select this and both this grid you select, press F11 key, and just change the look and feel. As you could see, if it is ultra flat, how it looks. When you say flat, when you say office, it's an awesome look. Standard, it's coming as it is. But when you say true, and if you change anything, doesn't matter. When you say false, let it office, it gives awesome look here. Yeah, now in short we will see what are the properties are there. For the band level we'll see first. Select any band, and as you see here, uh, options. So moving and sizing options are there. If you say moving is equal to false, sizing is equal to false, for the employee band, as you could see, it can't move and it can resize also, it can't move, but you can move this also, as you could see here. And you could resize this band as well, as you could see. Yeah, so this is the first, and the same properties are available at view level also, as we see in our previous session. So the options selections, you could say, are in options customize. As you could see, moving, if you make it false, so even though it is true for other uh, bands, but now it will not be allowed. Sorry, where what we have selected, select this band moving size. moving and size. Yeah, run now. Oh, it's a band. We have to see band we are seeing now. It's official detail. I think no, some issue happen with official detail became 0 band here. What we need to do here is position, say employee transaction, column index should be 1, employee transaction make it move up, employee details has to become 0, official should be 1 and this should be 2. Check it up now. Now you could see you are not allowed to resize your band. Sizing and moving is also not possible. So for the column also, as we have seen band view level, whatever property you set, that is applicable for all the columns and bands as well. Doesn't matter, the properties are varying for the columns or band. So here if you make it, it would do work. These properties we have already seen in our previous session, that is in overview of quantum grid. This is a link for that. If anybody is having any issue, kindly please go and visit to this link. And then the important thing comes, fixed band separator. As you could see here, the color is black color. If you would like to change to the red, as you could see, and fixed band separator width, it's a 2. If you say 5, it would increase like this. If you set 10, it would increase like this. Make it 2 as it is, and just this should be as it is black. And I think the main issue we have to see why the values were not matching. We'll try to see here, and if it is not matching, our last session will go how to export this grid to the Excel format. Okay, so what we will do, instead of spending time here, we will try to export this grid to Excel. And for that, what we would be doing here is that we would see why that data formatting is not coming properly there, but in not now, but in our next session, since the time is not enough here. So we will be writing here, the caption should be export to Excel. We will be exporting to Excel here, and for that we need to have one save button, save dialog box. If you take it, save dialog box here, and copy this. Just have one more variable called file name string, and just say if save dialog box dot execute, then only we need to do. If it is cancel, somebody is cancelling that, if it's not saving, we would not be going to do. So file name, we have to take it down here, and just say file name dot file name is equal to, we have to assign this file name here. And once it is assigned, what we need to do is that we need to export to our Excel, that one. And as you said, there is one function called export grid for to Excel, and press F11 key. So this function is provided by quantum grid itself. So this unit name you have to copy and add it to our section here. Then only it would work there. Export grid to Excel. So what are the parameters that we need to see here? First one is nothing but your file name. and second one is nothing but your grid name you have to provide here. As you could see here, this is only grid name. So file name is nothing but, yes, file name. Get the grid name here, click F11 key, copy that one and paste it here, only grid name. Yeah. Okay, so what is next one? Expand is equal to true, no. We'll make it this false, save, yes, and normal format, yes. So what we'll be doing here, and this extension should be XLS, so we'll be making as a false comma true, sorry, comma true, and format should be in XLS format, yes. And this we would be doing only when everything is, the file is saved. Now just try with that. Display data here. We have displayed the data here, and okay, we'll try to export. I will say it should be my Excel here, save. We'll try to open the file. Yes, as you could see here, the exact details are coming here, and I think some issue is there with our data, so with that problem this issue is coming. But what we would be doing for time being, I will close this, and first we will delete this file. And what we would do here is that first we'll close, come back to our place. So instead of SK some timing, we'll put it as a SK count. In our next session we'll surely take care of this SK count, and we want that this should be open automatically once it is saved. So what we'll be doing, we'll be taking shell execute. I think one function is there, execute, yeah. So shell execute, using that shell execute we'll try to utilize, open this file. It's a Windows function. Here we'll see, no, not this way, and shell execute, and Delphi, what's that? Delphi example. We'll just see how to get our file open with that function. Yeah, first we'll just copy in maximize mode we would like to have. Okay, so what we'll be doing, once the file is saved, it should open automatically. So shell API is the unit name we need to add for this here. As you see, shell API, and what we need to do here is that we just need to write down here. Okay, now application dot handle, let it be as it is. This file has to be open here, and the file name we have to copy as it is here. We need to provide plus dot XLS. If you don't do, the file will not open here, and it should be in maximize mode. Just run once again and execute. Yeah, as you see, there is no file here. Once again we'll open our my Excel file. It's a new one we are typing. It will save and open automatically exit. As you could see, this is our file and this is Excel file, and as you could see here, yeah. So I think this is what we wanted to do in our video seminar, and I think we have achieved that also here. Yeah, and as you see here, we have already finished our topic with the banded table view. It was very interesting topic, and working with this grid, it's a very great pleasure. And we will be stopping our seminar here itself. If anybody is having any suggestions or issues, so kindly mail me on this mail ID. So if there is anything we would discuss, we will be surely doing that. So thank you for your time. Thank you so much.